Welcome back to Sixes and Sevens, the Footy Nerd Round 27 preview. Our final game of the season, round of the season. Some teams are packed and ready for Mad Monday. Look out Bali, look out wherever, any pub on the corner of anywhere that's teams aren't in the top 8. I want to start with the top of the show. Look out to the toilet, Reece Walsh. What a legend.
I'm glad you put it straight out there, Toddy, about a legend. Because you know what? Fucking people are just quick to jump on and pizzle everyone, aren't they? It's just sickening. He's having a sip of water out. He's having a sip of water out of a fountain. Let the fucking guy drink some. Let him get hydrated, bruh. Why can't he drink? Why can't he get hydrated?
It's a brand new toilet. I tell you what. And then I seen yesterday he posted all the meat that he gets from one of his sponsors, a meat supplier. This is great for recovery also. I like that he can take a joke out of it. Obviously, the context of it, that people were filthy and blowing up, but at the end of the day, he can do what he wants. Yeah.
It's a fresh toilet.
It was all like breaking news up here, back page shit. And
drinking
Broncos
out of a bottle gets boring anyway. Like, fuck, we've been drinking out of bottles since we were kids. Fuck that. I want to drink out of the toilet bowl. And you know what was more impressive than anything? His pink nails.
Yeah.
I don't care about the drinking of the water. Drink your water however the fuck you want. But the pink nails, I like them even more.
Do you know what I find funny about it? And it obviously comes with the caliber of player. But it got more traction than the Brendan Smith shit.
Yeah.
That's true. It was like it was worse. And obviously whatever that's going on and is still going ahead. But it was like that. It was the biggest scandal in rugby league that he fucking.
Actually, you know what it reminded me of, brother. Now you say it, it was very similar to a friend of mine who pissed in his mouth.
Oh, don't you start.
Come on. What did it remind you of?
Well, you're rooting your dog.
There it is.
There it is. Let's get it.
It was very similar. Wait, no one cares about fucking criminal shit. People care about pissing in your mouth and drinking out of a fucking bowl. What was he doing though? Let's be honest. No judgment, but honestly,
he's just obviously what was he doing? Well, he's just been renovating his house as a brand new toilet. He was taking the piss.
Yeah. Well, cool he is. Let's go on the back of that. He's that cool that I reckon every kid that's as a fullback coming through Logan and Queensland will be drinking their piss out of a fucking new toilet. That's how cool this guy is.
He'll get a toilet sponsor. He'll get a new toilet sponsor.
Everyone paints exactly. His renos will be free. Everyone paints their fingers pink now, and this will be the next thing.
I know some things aren't normal, but fuck, there's been some scandals in rugby league.
The greatest game of all.
I tell you what.
There's some that's fucking top 10.
There's some that skipped the headlines too. There's been plenty more.
Someone said to me once, they said you got in trouble for a few things. I said there was about 100 others. There's about 100 others that could have got done for. You take your losses, you take your wins. You live, you learn.
Swept under the table.
You boys would know better than anyone, but the fact that Broncos put out like a club statement over a silly little video that Reece Walsh puts up, like, I don't know, just blows me mind.
Clubs have got to act fast these days. It's just protect their brand, protects their sponsors. Yeah. Just shows that they're acting like that they don't stand for it in case something comes of it. Like, obviously, they would have seen the lightheartedness of it and the joke side of it. But then if there's someone out there that obviously puts pressure on them and wants them to act on it, it has to show that they're doing it. It's a lot mainly for the sponsors, I reckon.
So what's the chat coming out of it when you're saying that? What are the Broncos? They can't do anything.
Dead and buried now, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. They clarified that Reece Walsh was renovating his home and it was a brand new toilet and it was a poor attempt at humour posted by Walsh. Like, they just have to pretty much say they don't condone it, really.
Yeah. Mate.
I might try it.
People like us taking the piss out of it. It needs more people like us taking the piss out of it. Everyone needs to lighten up a little bit. I'll tell you what, the journos just lick their lips like that, don't they? It's like, who's going to fucking drink out of a bottle of, who's going to drink water out of a fucking toilet bowl this morning, or who's going to fuck a dog? Who's going to drink their own piss? Gives them 2 months of work. Other than that, they got no money coming in. Seriously. They got no money coming in.
Well, it is finals around the corner, but so there's lots to talk about in rugby league next week. There's lots and lots to talk about, but we've got round 27 preview to get into. A few players back, a few players rested. Big Red Horsburgh's captain of the Canberra Raiders. 3 debutants, 10 rested. Penrith's back to full strength. Melbourne are full strength. Up against the Broncos. That's a big test when we talk about Broncos. They've got Melbourne this weekend. We've been talking about they've been up and down, but winning. Melbourne and Canberra are probably the teams to tip to win the competition. It'll be a great test on Friday or this weekend for the Broncos up against Melbourne because Melbourne's back to full strength with Hughes back in the team. Big
Hughes
loss
back.
last weekend. Yeah, big loss last weekend. But it all heats up for round 27, and that's when we introduce our little mate Gabe.
Cheddar updates, boys. Both back-to-back wins last week. Mitch with the Sharks, Toddy with the Dogs. But game 1 of this round, we got the Broncos versus the Storm. Interesting one for the Broncos. Shibasaki dropped to the bench. Mariner in
for
the centers.
disciplinary reasons.
Oh,
It's worth a topic. Any news on that? I read that this morning.
Zero. But it shows that's the stance of Madge, and that's a powerful coach, I reckon.
This is sacked just from the game, not from the club.
No,
game.
just going to the bench. Reserves.
Yeah, the way I read it, it was sacked. I thought, fuck, he's just been resold. So obviously turned up in training late or something, you reckon? Making an assumption. It's got to be something to do with that.
Or snuck out to the Mad Cow on Thursday night.
My Cheddar Melbourne.
Tell us why.
I just think coming off last week, seeing how hurt Bellamy was for his 600th game, they don't normally play that bad. Spoke about it in the review show pretty deeply about how uncharacteristic it was on that left edge with obviously the great Cam Munster and the boys on that left edge. They don't normally leak that many points. So it was a crazy game to watch last week. And then this week, Melbourne don't lose 2 in a row at the best of times, let alone coming off a game like last week and also 2 a week out from finals. So as good as the Broncos are and they're playing for just as much, I just think Melbourne will be too good. I think it'll be a close game. I just think as well, Walshy's going to get tested this week. As good as he is and as good as he's been playing, I think it's a positive for both. If Walshy can pull the Storm edges down, like pull the Storm edges apart like he has been playing, it's a huge bonus for Broncos. But I just think Melbourne will have a plan to shut him down. They'll kick pressure the fuck out of him. They'll bomb him all night, take him out of the game. I think their short side defense is going to be on and active. I reckon they'll jam him and try and ruffle him up a bit. So that's my predictions.
Yeah, I'm with you. From this game, there's lots of positives for both teams. Obviously, Melbourne, after losing last week against the Roosters, but they welcome back Jerome Hughes, which will be a massive inclusion for them. They'll go back to their natural work and they'll get that but on the momentum football, you'll see a Melbourne Storm that we haven't seen in the last few weeks because he's been out. So that's a positive for them going in the back end into the finals. But then you look at the Broncos. The Broncos have had their new halves for the last 3 weeks. They've had 3 wins. Probably not against great opposition, but now they meet a Melbourne team before week 1 of the finals. If they can go out and play really good football and get a job done, do they rocket to the grand final premiership contention?
I think they do, yeah. It's a good question, or it's a good statement. I think for sure. I think we've said it like over the last couple of weeks. From my opinion, I think any of those top 5 sides are more than likely a chance of playing in the big day. And Broncos for me, 100% in the mix with all the rest of them. The Bulldogs, Penrith, who we got there, Canberra, and I'm missing one. Well, Melbourne. So I reckon 100%. If Broncos can pull Melbourne's pants down this week, they're going to gain a heap of confidence out of it going into the first semi. And, mate, they're every chance. But I think going off what you just said is I think a lot of it comes down to Walshy. If Walshy's their best player in the finals, that's their best chance of winning the grand final. And I reckon it's a great test for his temperament this week against a Melbourne side that is very hard to crack. Like, there's no one better in 25 years at taking out the best players from the opposition and grinding them with their defence. And Walsh is going to get tested this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles it. It's not all just on him, but he's their best player or their most electric player. And how the big one for the Broncos for me is the temperament and how they can handle things not going their way. And that comes with the ball as well, overplaying, forcing the pass when you should have just played the long game. All the stuff we talk about, but he'll be tested this week. And that's, I think, a big test to answer your question of how far they can go. It's going to be a good game.
I'm with you, Mitchell. Melbourne to win this game. I'm with you. I hate going with you all the time, but this one I'm gonna. And well done. You've took a favourite as your cheddar. Good job.
Thanks, mate. Oh, it's a game of the round.
Well, it's the toughest, probably the tough one to pick too.
I'm a star fucker, mate. I go for the big dog. I go for the big game, big team. I want to be under the shining lights on Friday Night Lights, bro. You know what I mean?
It's
dancing
Thursday
with the big
night.
Boys. Thursday night, dancing with the big boys. With the
Thursday night
heavyweights.
lights.
With the heavyweights. The Melbourne Storm.
First game of Friday night. The Manly Sea Eagles coming up against the Warriors. Big out for Manly. One of my favourite players to watch at the moment. Kohler, centre, out.
He's out.
Yep. Just injured, I think. Got injured last game, so he'll miss them. But Turbo seems to find on his footing, so no, he wouldn't have been dropped. God no. Yeah, how do you see it playing out, boys?
Ooh, this is a tough one to pick because obviously Warriors rolling into finals, back into the season, finals football next weekend. Manly season done. Not too much to play for other than their departing players, their last game of the season. So they'll have nothing really to play for, but that's a dangerous threat to the Warriors. Because the thing with Warriors is they might be a little bit complacent too that they've got finals next week. Let's just get the job done. Let's get through this game uninjured. There's no real – obviously there's a lot riding on. They can still finish fourth, or they are fourth. So there's that in the picture for them, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Warriors. I think in the end they'll have too much for them. I like what they done last week when they went to work with Tanner Boyd and Tavita Harris, Egan around 9. I think the Warriors will get it done. They'll roll through their middle. They'll find too much momentum and they'll get too much joy out wide.
Who's the key matchups in that game, Toddy, for you?
The key matchups for me in that game, well, I think it's through the middle because both teams, it's been the same all year for both teams. If they win the middle and they get momentum, they win. So it's going to be one in the middle, and I think that's where the Warriors get them. If Warriors roll through the middle and get momentum and play on the front foot, their outside backs are just as lethal as anyone's.
Yeah.
You say they have nothing to play for. Something to keep in mind. Cherry Evans, last game at 4 Pines.
You just said 4 Pines. My mind's changed. They never lose at 4 Pines.
Bullshit, they don't.
Everything Toddy said about Warriors, even though I feel like they've got a lot to play for, obviously, like he said. I think their go forward is definitely an X factor. Obviously, Cherry's last game will give them a little bit of motivation, but I just think their outside backs, Pompey, Halasima on the edge, those guys are just too much of a handful. You'd think that the Warriors have been building up to this game as well. Like, their halves will know how important it is to make a statement. They've been playing better the last couple of weeks. Went into detail. 2 weeks ago, they killed it. Last week, fell short against Para, but they still played quite well. Nice and square. I think Manly's right edge, especially without Kohler. That edge isn't the best at times anyway. That's the weakness. That's Warrior. Left edge for Warriors is their best edge. Right edge for Manly's defence. hasn't been great over the last 6 weeks with Cherry and Waddell's out there, isn't he, as well? They haven't been great when they've been on the back foot. So, yeah, I think Warriors. I'm looking forward to watching the Warriors because they're a bit of a... said before, the teams that are everyone's a chance. We said Broncos, Penrith, Bulldogs, Melbourne, Canberra. I think Warriors sit a little bit behind, from my opinion, even though they're above or thereabouts on the ladder. I don't think that they're favourites like the others, in my own opinion. Even a little bit behind the Dogs, but it's their time. Who am I to fucking judge them? I'm just a retired has-been, brother. But I see him a little bit behind those top 5 teams. I just don't see them on the big day at the moment. But this week,
they're
who
6th
knows?
on the ladder, so that makes perfect sense.
Well, that's it. 4, 2 weeks ago? Was it 4th?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? Yeah.
Next game on Friday night, the rivalries of all rivalries. Roosters up against the Rabbitohs. The rumours of Latrell Mitchell was going to play. They have been squashed. No Latrell for Souths. And the return of the great Cam Murray is set to play in this game, coming off the bench.
Did I see Cam Murray's put his hand up to get picked for Australia?
Nah. He said no.
Opposite, I think. Yeah.
Oh, they asked him.
No. I think you just have to make him known, and he made him known this week that he's ineligible to be picked because he wanted blokes that have been there all season playing footy. Didn't want to take their opportunity. But it's good that he returns for the final game of the season. And some people question mark, why would you bother? Achilles is a big injury. And what it will do for his confidence if he can get through this game, or when he gets through this game on the weekend, he'll have no sort of question marks about how he's going to feel going into the next season. It's a big thing. You lose so much strength in your leg, your calf size, things like that, all the power that comes with it. So him getting through the game, and even if he plays 10 minutes, it's a tick off the recovery thing. When you get injured and you've got a long layoff, you have a list of things that you want to tick off, and returning to play is the biggest one because that's what you get paid to do. So he'll go out there and just get that tick, and then next year when he turns up to preseason in October, he'll know that he's ready to play footy. Where if he doesn't play, he'll be like, oh shit, how am I going to go when trials come around? Is my leg going to be okay? So it's just for peace of mind for him. They've got a few good players back in. Obviously, Jackie Whiten's back into the centres. Cody Walker's on the bench again. You probably know more than anyone. This is a rivalry, Mitch. This is an actual rivalry. Whoever wins this game is happy for the rest of the year. It's like a grand final to them. For South, it's their grand final because their season's done. So if they finish the season with a win over the Roosters, they've got bragging rights for the back end of the year.
Well, yeah, you've played in them too yourself. Obviously, we know how big a game it is. I think I read the other day on socials yesterday or something that's all been sold out, or all the members area and all the boxes and all that have been all sold out as soon as the week started. You can imagine the eastern suburbs, the South Sydney versus the Roosters, all the fans getting behind it. It's a great atmosphere, and it's probably a little bit more this year just because of what the Roosters are playing for to what's ahead. You know, like they've obviously locked in the top 8. South are just playing for territory, aren't they? They're just playing for their fans to get some street cred over the off season. Really, the Roosters are playing to make a statement. They need to have a fucking real good game and build off last week so that they can attack the first finals game full confidence. You know, they don't want to drop this one, especially the way their year's been. It's been very up and down. So you'd think Robbo's going to have them fine-tuned like the horses at Randwick Racecourse, Toddy.
Well, they need to be fine-tuned because finals next week for them.
Yeah.
They need to be fine-tuned. And yeah.
I think they'll put a cricket score on South if they're on. I really do.
Oh,
fuck. I honestly think they will. I think they can.
Maybe take 50
I think 13 plus. 13 plus. I can't see South.
Have a bet.
I don't bet, brother.
Have a bet.
I know.
I don't bet. Have you paid Gabe back his 50 cents a day yet? And you'll get it back in 2027?
5 cents.
2027 he'll receive Okay, so he gets it back in
Been giving you 5
2029.
cents.
He's saving up.
2029.
Did you
Very
play in
good.
any good of any good rivalry game? Like anyone's stand out when you were playing for the Roosters against Rabbitohs? Did you just lose
Yeah,
many?
we played against heaps.
My first
Did we
game for the
lose?
Roosters was against South.
How'd you go?
Where was that one, Toddy? Homebush?
Footy Stadium.
Footy
Oh, yeah,
Stadium.
Homebush. Remember I slapped the ball back from the dead ball line?
You carve. You're unbelievable. I remember that game. Yeah.
Fullback.
I remember it 100%. You slapped the ball back. You scored off a support. You went through. Yeah. I remember that game.
You just tell us up.
Right, our job, Gabe.
They're all good
Tipping
games.
this one, Toddy?
I'm going for the Roosters. I've got it down in the Roosters, mate. So
Next game, Saturday, the poor Dragons come up against a Panthers team at full strength. Everyone returning. Yeah. How do you see this one going, boys? Playing at Wollongong.
it's my cheddar.
Who's your cheddar? Dragons.
Penrith Panthers.
I thought you were going to go the underdogs, bruh. Dragons.
I don't need to yet.
Tell you what, it
Still
gets
got
windy
weeks of
down
footy
there.
to get.
Gets windy down there in Wollongong. Does that throw the conditions out of whack a bit? Sea breeze, south coast sea breeze.
South Coast Sea Breeze ain't going to do nothing. Actually, I've had egg in my face when I've bagged the Dragons like this before. So, but
I was
the
gonna
Penrith
say,
are
they
my
upset
cheddar.
a few teams.
They do,
Penrith
yeah.
can't-
They
Penrith can't lose
They
this,
make it
can they?
difficult. Penrith can't lose this going in the final.
Fuck.
They got all their players back. They're tuned and ready to go. They're ready for the long road. The unbelievable, the unthinkable, the unachievable. They're ready for.
You reckon, Gabe, have you got the stat up there? You don't have to do it right now before the end of the show. How many teams have won outside top 4? Going into finals? It's a good thing to talk about a bit later because it's fuck all. As Toddy just said, the unthinkable, the unimaginable. It's all ahead of them. I want to know what they're up against, what statistics historically they're up against. I think it's big statistics.
I've got here only 2 teams have ever won the premiership from outside the top 4.
There you go.
Yeah, and that was in 2022. But I think it's the same since then. So yeah.
Yeah, well, the last 4 have been Penrith. They were minor premiers, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. The odds are against them, brother. Maybe it gives the Dragons hope this week then, eh? Who knows? Good thing for the Dragons this week.
Not a
I don't
chance,
think they're gonna
mate.
win.
Our next game coming Saturday night. Could be a close game. Titans versus the Tigers, playing in the Goldie. How do you see this one going, boys? The Tigers keep turning up and giving us something to hope for next year.
Oh, you'll definitely see the Tigers that turn up. They want to finish the season strong, but also the Titans also too. I think there's a wooden spoon on the line for Titans and Newcastle this weekend. I want to give a special mention to Cooper Byer, Marcus Byer's son's making his debut this weekend for the Titans, which is really good. Great young kid.
Do you know him, Toddy?
Do
you know him?
Nah, I've had nothing to do with him, but he's come through the system. He's a good kid. He's the 13, plays through the middle. Kieran Foran's last ever game of rugby league so I reckon Titans will be up for this one at home. Same thing. Not so much to play for. It's their last game of the season, but they do want to try and get off the bottom of the ladder. A few players leaving, players retiring, few debutants. Carter Gordon's also playing for the Titans this weekend, named in the centres. But I think it'll be a tough one. I think it'll be a tight game, but we'll see lots of football getting thrown around from both teams.
Yeah, I agree with Toddy. I think Titans. I don't know. It's a hard one. Fuck, to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't have an answer. Obviously, shout out to Foz for his last game. Huge career. Spoke about him plenty of times, but closing of a chapter. What a career he's had. Been an absolute warrior, and suppose people were writing him off a few years ago, and he's just kept finding ways to keep going. So, what a career, brother. Love ya. And Titans, I think, fuck, a few debutants, last game of the year. I think there's going to be some open style of footy, but I could say the same thing about the Tigers. I think the Tigers will probably have a similar approach. They'll have their own fairy tales. They don't have players retiring, but they've got their own reasons to win as well. So, to be honest with you, I probably think the Tigers defend a bit better. Just over the last month. Like, if you had to weigh up both teams, probably a fair argument to say they actually attack better too. I think fair to say Foz with his last game be throwing, he'll have 100 touches. He'll be in everything. That'll make him dangerous. But Jerome Luai, I don't know, man. Fuck. Can't really pick this one, to be honest with you. Be a good game of footy. Be entertaining. Shout out to Marcus By's son too. Used to love watching him play. His dad as a kid for Melbourne. Childhood memories watching him play with his headgear on. He used to wear a headgear, didn't he? He wore a headgear.
You're telling the story.
Marcus By. I swear he wore a headgear on the left wing. He's a left winger, eh? I just remember him being a beast, bro. He used to run mad fucking yardage carries, score mad tries. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. It'll be an entertaining game.
Who are you going then?
I don't know. I'm just being
You
genuinely
have to
honest.
pick.
I'll go Titans. Foz last hurrah. But I honestly don't know. How can you back the Titans and be 100% convinced? Let's be honest.
Well,
That's my opinion, not yours. But how can
it's
you
probably
back them?
both teams. It's both teams. How can you? It's been a season for both of them that they've disappointed in different stages. They got one last game to finish it off. Lots on the line. One is as positive to win last game of the season. Foz departing, finishing up. We'll see what the Titans are like if they want to play for them and finish him on a winner, carry him out of the stadium.
Yeah. Do you reckon he'll get a lap of honour? Full shoulder?
Yeah. Surely they'll put a show on for him here for his last game.
How many games has he got up to, Foz, now? He's over 300. It'd be close to what?
Over 300.
Wouldn't be... What a warrior. Yeah, hopefully they get the win for the great man. And
Our next game, this one could be an interesting one too. One of the better games this round. The Bulldogs coming up against the Sharks. Two kind of contenders in the top 8 at least. The Dogs are favourites here. I'd probably lean that way too. How do you boys see it playing out?
I'm going to go Sharkies.
I don't mind that. Short, sharp, just boom, straight. I'm just going Sharks. That's
I'm
it.
going Sharks. I just think I'm still not sold on the Dogs. I think Sharks for me. There's obviously question marks on Trindle's fitness at the moment, if he's going to be playing or not, which is a big risk for me also taking the Sharks, but he's named to play. But I see Sharks doing a job on the Dogs this weekend. I could be wrong, but I just see him having too much joy. I think their footy at the moment will upset the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are still in that phase of working out what their style of footy is. They've been coming up with a few errors. And when it comes up errors, it gives opportunity for Sharks to attack. And I think they'll just have too many points in them and get the job done.
They're playing good, the Sharks. Like, we keep talking about it, but they've been playing great. But I said it last week, I don't think they can win the comp if Trindle's out, but obviously there's a chance of playing. I think they'll need everyone on the field to win this week against the Dogs, but I can't argue with you. I'm going to go Dogs, but I can't argue with you that Cronulla's every chance. I think it's going to be a good game of footy. I said the game of the rounds, Broncos and Melbourne. This is close to it. A lot of this form depends on how the form in this game will determine a lot about how they get attacked the finals. Cronulla's playing good, the last couple of weeks. A few weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, you're sort of writing them off, but the last sort of five games, they're fucking starting to look like a premiership winning team. So keen to see how they go.
Our next game on Sunday, the Dolphins coming up against the Raiders. Sticky taking a leaf out of Ivan's book and resting nearly everyone.
No point asking Toddy about this game. Old Mr. Canberra. We know who he's going. We know who he's going for. Even with 10.
Are you, Toddy?
No, Dolphins will win this.
Ooh.
Too many players out for the Raiders.
Wow.
Too many players out.
Well. Switched up.
We're here to talk
like
sense. We're not here just to make shit up.
Man, I'm not arguing with you. I didn't think I'd see the day.
There could be punters out there putting their last $2 on this game, and if I had my last $2, I'm not putting on the Raiders. They've got too many rested. Their heads would be ready the following week for finals. Yes, they've rested some of their star players. I think the Dolphins will get the job done. Dolphins will be out to put on a cricket score because if they can win and South do a job on the Roosters, they're a chance. There's a mathematical chance. Where there's a chance, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a chance.
When there's a chance, there's a way. I haven't heard that one before. What's it normally? It just didn't sound right.
I just made that up.
There's a will, there's a way.
When there's a will, there's a way.
I've heard that. When there's a chance, there's a way. I like it.
Yeah. When there's a way, there's a chance.
There's a will, there's a way.
He's an innovator.
What is it again? I need to write that one down. What was it? When there's a chance, there's a way.
And when there's a way, there's a
chance. Don't you start, Mitch. You're the king of quotes, mate.
Nah, this one's the best I've heard. When there's a chance, there's a way. Well, I reckon Dolphins. Well, I know when there's a chance, there's a way. So I can't write it against. I can't go against Canberra, but I reckon Dolphins 100%. Just, mate, they got pretty much a reserve grade team playing. But in saying that, the Big Red is captain. And when Big Red's captain, anything's possible.
Yeah, he'll have him fired up. He'll be fired up, but Finn's
will have him fired up. Imagine the pre-game chat from Sticky. Just backs against the wall. You wouldn't be surprised if Canberra get the job done. They've achieved every other challenge this year, but yeah, I think Dolphins. I think with the younger group that they'll have playing, Katoa will have a field day with his square ball playing. He'll find some weaknesses on the edges. A couple of guys that are a bit more inexperienced.
Hammer will have a field day.
Next game, final game of the round. Mitchell Moses' Parramatta Eels coming up against the Newcastle Knights, who are, playing to hopefully not get the spoon.
They can still get the spoon, the Knights.
I think so. I think they're looking pretty good for the spoon.
So sorry, what's the results that needs? It's a fair topic.
It's Titans Newcastle for the spoon.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, whoever loses has got it.
Well, Titans are on 16, Knights are on 18, so it might come down to for and against.
Well, Newcastle ain't beating Para.
Yeah.
The Titans are a chance of beating the Tigers. So there's a mathematical chance. Like I said, where there's will, there's a way.
Wow.
There's a way, there's a chance.
I'm going Para. Para's just been too good. They improved it. Obviously, we spoke about at length on Monday about Mitchell Moses' improvement, how he's gone 2 lengths above his own game, let alone anyone else. And I think it'll just show again this weekend. I've seen Joash Papali'i's been put back to an extended bench and Dyl Brown to start at 6. Wonder if that's just because it's his last game for the club or something's going on, because Joash Papali'i was good last week. But he's been pushed to number 22. But I think Para get the job done.
Big pressure on Brownie, It's worth a little comment. It's big pressure on him, He's playing against a team he's just signed $1.4 million a year. Imagine if he has a bad game up there. Imagine the fans.
Think about that.
Imagine the fans. Not that there's one game's going to determine, and he's a great player. He's going to have a good career up at Newcastle, but it's a good little storyline, isn't it? Hasn't been playing in the halves, then he goes to the halves against the team he's about to sign, or that he's signed huge money for. There'll be plenty of eyes on him. I think they'll have a field day too, Para. Mitch Moses is just too good. I think he'll just have a heap of space against Newcastle. It's a big game for Newcastle, though. They had a period there where they got a back-to-back wooden spoons. Had some decent success over the last sort of 4 or 5 years now, but a wooden spoon's not good.
No.
Wooden spoon's not good at all. I didn't think they were in the fight for it. Last time we spoke, I thought they were sort of a bit past that, but that's big. They're not going to want that.
I think you were talking about it last show. I don't know if this is who you were alluding to, but it fits the mold perfectly. Signing a player on big money and just hoping they perform when you don't have a team built around them. That could be the issue with Dyl Brown, don't you think?
Massive.
Yeah, well, that's the argument. Yeah,
it's been the argument for a long time. It's an argument for anyone that signs that money. It doesn't have to be Dylan Brown. You sign if you flip the script
he was
and you
just first
put
that came to mind.
it comes with the pressure the whole time. When you sign big money contracts and the team you're going to isn't performing well, you're their saver. They need you to go there and save them. That's their hope, and that's probably the reason why. So with that
It's
becomes instant pressure. Yeah, it becomes instant pressure.
It's a lot of pressure for Brownie. He's a fucking good footballer too. And we went into detail the other day on the preview show about just because you got this big price tag or you're expected to do a role doesn't mean you're not a good footballer. He's a good footballer. He's just going to go there and he's got the world on his shoulders. And from an ex-half and wanting the best for the lads, I hope he kills it. I really do. I hope he goes up there, blitzes it, gets his money and has the time of his life. Because there's no lonelier place in football when you don't deliver and the world's against you.
That is a round 27 preview done and dusted. And I cannot believe it. This time, well, not this time next week. Next time I speak to you, Mitchell, on across the screen, you're going to be a dad. How bloody
Baby's
good
coming
is
in a
that?
couple of days, brother. A couple of days, it's all booked in. Thursday,
tomorrow.
We're going in. I don't know how long.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow in Australia.
Your beautiful wife, Leela, will be induced tomorrow, and you'll have a beautiful little girl come the end of the week. So
I'm
I wish
nervous,
you well,
brother.
I'm nervous. Don't be nervous. You'll flick. As soon as you see the little baby, you'll flick into dad mode. So you'll do well, brother.
Thanks, brother. All love, boys.
Best,
thank you.
Gabe,
Look forward to a chat on Sunday night.
I'll send you your 5 cents a day, brother.